What's up, brand builders? Stephen Hurahan here at BrandMasterAcademy.com, and in this video you're going to learn 7 reasons to invest in brand strategy ahead of design and marketing, so you can articulate the importance of this critical task and help your clients, CEOs, or other stakeholders to understand too. Now, if you're new to the channel and you want to build brands that go beyond the visuals using strategy, psychology, and creative thinking, then you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you want to fast track your results, make sure you grab the Pro Brand Strategy Blueprint. It's a free download. The link is in the description. Now, when I first began to sell strategy, the biggest challenge that I found for me anyway was pivoting the conversation from design to strategy. Most of my prospects came to me looking for design work, and I had broader services. I was selling brand strategy, and I had to pivot that conversation. So I had to learn how to articulate the importance of brand strategy. Now, today, brand strategy is not as foreign a concept as it used to be, because you do have entrepreneurial influencers, the likes of Gary Vee, Seth Godin, Marty Newmeyer, all talking about the importance of brand strategy. But for professional brand builders selling strategy services who also offer design services, that pivoting of that conversation is still a big challenge. And I was reminded that the other day when I had a question from one of my followers on YouTube, Nirali. Now, Nirali asked me, for a company who hasn't even yet launched, should they focus on brand strategy, or should brand strategy be their number one priority at this early stage? Now, I'm not sure if Nirali was asking for her own brand or considering a conversation that she might have with a client, but it's clear that that is still a challenge today. Pivoting that conversation from design or marketing to brand strategy is still a big challenge. So I want to give you 7 reasons that you can use to articulate the importance of brand strategy to your clients ahead of design and marketing, so you can show them the path, so you can give them those reasons as to why they should invest in brand strategy. Reason number 1, brand strategy defines the audience. Now, I know that there are some freelance designers and some marketing agencies who do offer audience research services, but the audience research that you would typically do within a brand strategy goes a lot more detailed. It really goes into exactly who the person is and considers the objectives that they're trying to meet, the outcomes that they're trying to achieve, and all of the challenges that stand in their way of achieving those objectives and how those challenges make them feel emotionally. And it's through that emotion that a brand can really dig deep into what it is their audience is looking for and how they're going to resonate with that person on an emotional level. Reason number 2, brand strategy defines the position. Now, neither design or marketing defines the position that the brand will take in the market, and this is the cornerstone to the brand strategy. You need to give your audience a reason as to why they should turn towards your brand and how you're going to fit into their lives, what value you're going to bring, and what role you're going to play in their lives. If you don't give them that reason, then they have no reason to turn towards your brand. Now, everything else within the brand is built from this position. So it is a critical task in any brand building exercise to define that position. So that is a real core reason as to why somebody needs to invest in brand strategy before designing a brand identity or before going out to market their business. Reason number 3, brand strategy defines the brand persona. Now, we don't connect with features or benefits. We don't make decisions based on features or benefits. We make decisions based on emotion, and that's been proven by science. That is how we make decisions. We justify with logic and we make decisions based on emotion. And a number 1 way that we connect with people or even with other things is through the characteristics that we see. And modern brands understand the importance of brand personality today. You can't just go out and communicate like a corporate entity that's out there to take money. You need to connect with your audience on a human level through human characteristics and a human brand persona. Reason number 4, brand strategy defines the message. Now, a lot of business owners believe that their website copy is their brand message, but it's not. Your website copy leverages your brand message, but your brand message is crafted within your brand strategy. And in order to craft your brand message, you need to understand the image that you want to place in the mind of your audience as to what your brand should mean. And only then can you craft a brand message that will help to influence that image in the mind of the audience? So defining your brand message is a really important task of the brand strategy, and that happens long before any website copy is put together. Reason number 5, brand strategy guides the design. Now, the brand identity system has a very important task, and that is to engage the audience visually and to set the tone for what the brand should mean. And it does that through communicating characteristics visually. Now, those characteristics are defined within the brand strategy, and that is based on the position that the brand wants to own in the mind of the audience and how it wants to communicate, how it wants to resonate, and what kind of image the brand should have in the mind of that audience. So the key here is characteristics. What characteristics are we going to leave in the mind of the audience? And that is done visually through the brand identity. Without the brand strategy, there is no direction. There are no characteristics to set in the mind of the audience, and therefore there is no foundation to that design. Reason number 6, brand strategy informs marketing. Now, a marketing strategy is a collection of marketing tactics all working together as a cohesive system. And even if a business has a cohesive marketing strategy in place, without the elements that I've described earlier, it doesn't have that direction. It doesn't have that clearly defined audience. It doesn't have the position that it's going to own in the mind of the audience. And it doesn't have that personality or those key messages that they're going to use to influence that audience. So therefore, any marketing without brand strategy as a direction is a waste of money. Reason number 7, brand strategy guides long-term success. Now, within the brand strategy development process, you have your internal brand, and that's where the internal belief system is built out within the brand. Now, although there are a lot of templates out there for brands to go and do this early on, and there are a lot of strategies that are built on such templates, this is a really important element of the brand itself and the brand strategy when making strategic decisions. When the brand knows why it's there, what purpose it exists for, who it exists for, and where it's going, what kind of vision it has, where it's going to be in the future, what that future brand looks like, then strategic decision making becomes a lot easier. So having this fundamental compass in place is really important for the brand leadership team to make those strategic decisions long term. Now, if you've gotten to this part of the video, chances are you don't need convincing as to the importance of brand strategy. You already know, or at least by the end of this video, I hope you know the importance, or I hope you understand the importance of brand strategy. But chances are these reasons will come into effect when you have conversations with other people, when you have conversations with CEOs or stakeholders or business leaders who are considering their own brand, who are considering where to invest budget, whether it should be in a brand identity and a website or some Facebook ads. And the topic of brand strategy comes up, and pivoting that conversation and articulating the importance of brand strategy is a really difficult task. So hopefully with this video, you now have 7 reasons that you can give to clearly articulate the value of brand strategy, and that will influence the mind of the person that you're sitting opposite as to what they need to do to build a successful brand. Now, if you're considering offering brand strategy services as a brand strategist and you're wondering what skills or traits that you need to develop or upskill into in order to be a successful brand strategist, well, this video will give you 12 that will show you exactly how to do that. Until next time, brand like a master, and I'll see you in the next video.